being turned down. But something will land eventually, I think. Definitely casting a larger net of opportunities for myself to explore. But I set the intention yesterday to do some live yoga. And so that's the plan for today. You can see the sauna is coming together real nicely, slowly but surely, which is really great. And the big tent is definitely coming together. And the decking on the inside is taking longer than expected, but I'm on a good path now, and I think it will be continued to finish soon, definitely before the summer ends. That's 100%. So you can see the big tent now. It's in process for sure. But I have, well, I guess we'll just walk through it. Been working on the big deck to get this thing off the ground. It's so humid here in this rainforest that it needs to be off the ground. So you can see the chaos, which is the tent. But this is where I'll be doing yoga today. I'm very excited that at least this portion of the deck is completed. Alright, let's see. I need to adjust these things a little bit more. Higher up, and I think I'll be in business. Alright, let's make these last adjustments. Nobody's watching anyways, just talking to myself. Regardless. Alright, what's this last adjustment? How do I do this? There we go. Cool, thanks for joining in, some people. Do some yoga in the big tent. Oh, okay. I my toe the other day as well, so it's the body is feeling it. Oh, alrighty. Well, so for today, for this practice, I like to start by connecting to my breath. So I breathe in and out. And as you're finding your breath, connecting with it, breathing in and out, I'm also starting to explore the center of my seat bone. The way that I like to do that is by leaning forward, backwards, side to side, and finding that spot within my block where I can feel I can sit up straight and almost sit effortlessly. Once I find that spot, I connect back to my breath, breathing in and out, breathing in, out. And as I breathe in and out, I do like to follow my belly. I like to follow my breath through my whole body. Feeling the sensations come through my nose. Breathing in and out. Feeling that connection in my abdominals as my body expands and contracts. I'll even feel it deep in my body, just below my sexual organs as I breathe. It's like a little pinch as I breathe in and out. And so as you're doing this practice of moving, try to stay connected to that breath. So coming onto our backs, starting here. It's been a long day, applying for jobs, building stuff, being human. I like to roll onto my back and slightly lift my tailbone off the ground and squeeze my knees to my chest. Holding here, holding the position, connecting to your breath. For 3, 2, 1. Release. Let's drop one leg towards the ground and let it rest there. And we're going to bring our knee slightly to the outside of our ribs. And we're going to be pulling down and adding traction towards our hip. We're pulling in and giving a directional push towards our hip. Be here for a couple of breaths. Breathing in. And out. Trying to keep our hips on the ground with equal pressure. 3, 2, 1. You can release that and just allow your leg to do small circles in that hip joint. We're going to cross the leg that we had squeezed across our body, bringing up that lowered leg, reaching through the hole, putting our hips into a figure 4. This is very similar to pigeon pose, but is a lot more accessible for people that have low mobility. If you need a little bit more space, you can press on your knee or just below your knee, above your knee, to give it a little bit more tension in your hip. As well as you can squeeze your glutes and it will pull your knee away from your body. Three, 2, 1. Release, let out a sigh. Then allow both legs to come back to earth. Allowing your toes to slightly rest outward, placing your hands on your hips. Breathing in, out. Listen to the awareness in your body, what feels different from the left side to the right side. I think while I was in the figure 4, I had a mosquito bite my ankle. I'm aware of the bite. I didn't spray enough bug spray. Shucks. Bringing that opposite leg just outside your ribs. And again, squeezing towards your body and then adding traction towards your hips. Remembering to connect to your breath. Feeling the beautiful sensations of being alive. Adding a little bit of peace and calm into one's life. Three, 2, 1. Add some nice rotations into your hip socket. Oh, I'm so aware of this bug bite. Oh, man. Then we'll come across the body. And we'll come into a modified figure 4. Reaching through and pulling. You can pat the press just below the knee. And then squeeze the glutes to support. As you're pressing above the knee to create that space in your hip. Release that leg. Can you see that massive wasp or hornet just above me? Big guy. Also, I have no idea what that sound is. Oh, maybe it's that hornet going into its nest it's building over there. I need to destroy that. So many projects. Roll our ankles. My baby toe that's broken. There's a lot of awareness in that part of my body. We'll spread our knees out wide, almost as we're going to go into a butterfly pose. And I want you to gently pull down just below the knee, opening the groin, connecting to your breath, connecting with the presence of your breath. Something that you can add into your own practice as you exhale, just smile. As you breathe in, you can be conscious of your life, that you are a living being in this moment in time. And then simply smile as you exhale. In gratitude to this moment, to be alive, to be aware of your existence, our time on this planet, this shared collectiveness of life is it's a gift that we get to explore in this life. I feel the pains and the struggles of people that are unable to connect to their present moment. Life is too hard, they can't afford groceries, they're being bombed. There's so many struggles in life. But if we can tap in to the simplest joys of coming home to ourselves, perhaps we can have moments of joy amongst the chaos that is existence. So I've stretched my arms above my head, and as I do this, I'm engaging my ribs and my core and trying to find a deep stretch. My back is engaged, lifting slightly off the ground, and then just release. Allow those arms to just rest slightly above your head. Breathing in and out. Not getting lost in a monkey mind. The mind wants to wander, always, constantly thinking. When we follow our breath, the goal is not to have nothingness in our brain. It's just to be fully present in this body. It's constantly moving and vibrating and existing. And we're forgetting our existence. Life can be hard and challenging. Connecting to our breath to return to our bodies amongst the chaos, amongst the challenges of existence. We're going to come into a powerful pose in just a moment. So I want you to bring your knees to your chest, and I want you to breathe out and squeeze your core so your belly is pushed out. And as it's pushing out, I want you to squeeze squeeze your core and then extend your legs. You might begin to shake. That's totally normal. You can place your hands just below your glutes or above your head. Lift up, whatever works for you. And then slowly bring those legs down. Bend your knees, relax. We'll try that again. Pushing the stomach out, pulling the core in, lowering the legs. Do this one more time. And going slower is better, I believe, instead of doing lots of reps. Just go as slowly as you can. Oh. That shit is hard. Alrighty. Let's flip. Oh, I don't know. Should we do some bicycles? Let's do 15 bicycles. Oh yeah, that's good. We'll do 2 more sets of 15. Remember to connect to your breath and smile. And enjoying the sound of the wind and the leaves and the trees that are floating above me. Placing your hand on your heart and your abdomen. Feeling the sensations that are swirling in your body. More. Obviously, I cannot count. It felt like I went for failure instead. Let's roll to our bellies. And come into a cobra. Stretch out those abdomens. Abdominals. You can squeeze your glutes. Press your feet into the floor and lift up if that feels good. With my broken foot right now, that does not feel great. But squeezing the glutes and lifting up. Come into a child's pose. And if you need to use a block, wherever you're at in the world, that's okay. Blocks are really good. They give support for those that need. If you don't need a block, that is also okay. Maybe you can come deeper into your child's pose. We'll explore cows, finding a deep stretch in your abdominals, and then a deep, long stretch, bringing our pelvis on our head in a crunch. Just do a couple of these at your own pace. And when you're ready, try to get a little funky with it. Explore how your body can move in a cat-cow. Find some motion in your hips, side to side, round and round. Twisting your shoulders and back and spine. And before we go into our next child's pose, we're going to thread one arm underneath the other and try to bring our ear to the ground. And this is a good opportunity to use another block. Come on over and be in this pose for a good amount of time. So we're going to breathe in and out. To be honest, I think my hips should be about here. So I can't even be on the blocks, to be honest. You can see how my lower back here started to smooth out a little bit better instead of being so rounded. Connecting to that beautiful breath, being present in this moment, breathing in and out. We'll switch sides, placing that other arm through and breathing. coming back up to our cat-cows. Just do a couple more. Stretching out their shoulders. We've done a lot of stretching back there. Really pressing through those hands, rounding that back as much as you can, and feeling that stretch in your shoulder blades. Dropping back, finding that motion. My left side was really tight, holding a lot of tension. We're going to round our toes and then press into our mat and try to come into our forward fold. Now you can bend your knees as much as you need to support. We're going to shift into a plank from this position. And then go back to our downward dog. We're going to do this several times at your own pace. Just breathing in, squeezing your glutes as you get to the top of the plank, and out. Connecting to your breath as you breathe in and out. Try walking your legs, trying to get those heels all the way to the ground. Okay. Now, pressing the tops of your feet into the mat. Again, you can curl your toes if that feels better. And we're going to lift one leg and our opposite arm up. And then we're going to come in and crunch in. We want to move nice and slow with good intention. And we want to keep our hips low. We don't want one hip dropping down or coming up too high. Everything nice and square. Do two more. Do some cat-cows. Switch to the other side. Firmly pressing the tops of those feet and giving you the stability you need. Squeezing those glutes at the top and straightening that leg. Arm out wide. As your hand is stretched, keep your fingertips all stretched. We don't want these weak hands. Strong hands. Open. 2 more. Oh, yeah. Let's grab our blocks and we'll sit down for a moment. Ugh. And when I sit in hero's pose, I grab the muscles of my calves and I squeeze them out of the way so that when I sit down, oh, man, that toe is messed up. You get the chunk of the calves out of the way so that you have a good place to rest. So let's just roll our wrists in circles. We're on our wrist for a good amount of time. Roll them in the other direction. Bring one hand forward, and then we're just going to pull the fist towards ourselves with a light assist from that other hand. Trying to sit up nice and tall. And switch to that other hand, pulling slightly towards. Eventually I'll have light so it won't be so dark on me, but at least you get the beautiful silhouette of the forest behind me. Let's bring our hands out wide. And I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together and keeping your hands behind, basically keep your elbows behind your ears. And then we're going to bring them up towards a goalpost position and just lift them above the head, reaching the top of my tent. You can modify whatever space that you're in. Do a couple of these, squeezing the shoulders back behind. You can do this at an office chair, any chair really. Giving yourself some gentle movement throughout your day. So for this next one, we're going to have our one arm straight, and we're going to place our other arm on top. And we want this bottom hand to be pushing up, and the top hand to be pushing down, while keeping our arms straight. So this one's going up, and this one's going down. And this creates some opposition and space within your shoulders. And while you're here, connect deeply to your breath, and connect to the feelings that you feel in your shoulder blades and back. And we'll switch sides. And again, you can see that my fingertips are all stretched out. When your hands are like this instead of stretched, you can feel the difference within your forearms and your biceps and triceps of how much more they're engaged. So remember to keep your fingertips nice and wide. Shake out those arms. This next one, we're just going to do opposition, and we're going to swing our arms and hit our back. Rotating which arm is on. You should feel this stretch in your back. Feel nice on your body. You can do this every morning as you wake up. It's a really good routine. We're going to thread our arms around each other. You can drop your arms towards your chest, or you can raise them, bring them to a side and twist. Whatever feels good, but this pose allows for a lot of deep stretching. And if you're unable to get into this pose, you can use a strap or a belt or a rope to assist. I'll demonstrate on the other side. Get a t-shirt and we will thread the other way. So if you cannot reach, you just grab your shirt and you do it like that instead. Everybody's bodies are different. We all have our limitations. Releasing those arms. I'm just going to squeeze my forearms. Give whatever amount of pressure feels good for you. You can ride up into your biceps and your shoulders. Just a gentle little squeeze, pressure for your body, feeling your bones within. It's such a joy to get a massage, and they're very expensive. So if you can learn how to touch yourself, massage yourself in ways that bring you pleasure and joy, and feel those knots. I feel like I have a knot developing in my shoulders. How to press and pull can be very lovely. So I'm going to link my hands behind my back and straighten my arms. And remember which side is on top, which pointer finger is the top one, because we will switch. And you can draw your arms away from your butt and then lift your chest towards the sky, gently lifting your chin. And we'll switch sides, switching which one's on top. Having that huge wasp fly so close to my ear. It's crazy how much fear that brings into the body. I can feel my whole body tensing up from such the creature the size of my thumb. It's ridiculous. This next one can be a bit tricky, but you can just place the back of your hands together instead of coming to this position. But that is the end goal. And so we bring our arms behind our back. And right now, the backs of my palms are pushed together. But then as I rotate my hands, now I can give a little bit more press and then draw my elbows further back, creating space in my shoulders and elbows. Wrists, another roll. Moving those shoulders and elbows. Any way that you feel is nice and necessary. I feel like this creature is very curious of my existence. I really don't want to upset it. I don't know how many hornets or wasps or whatever bullshit are in that nest that I need to take out, but they are intimidating. Alright, we'll come up and stand into a split. And another opportunity to have a block below you. Just do a little forward fold and hold. Don't hold your breath, just a position. If you can, sink a little bit deeper into that pose. Squeezing your glutes and drawing your butt back. If I had my other block in arm's reach, I would try to bring my forehead to it. Alrighty. Oh. It will be nice to have the tent on this platform. Right now my head hits the ceiling. Beautiful. So when you're in this position, you want to actually shorten your toes. What I mean by that is roll your toes and then try to push the palm of your foot towards the ground. And that's what keeps your leg here. Yeah? And then on the back, we want to focus our weight into our heel. And then we want to draw our hips and our glutes together and allow us to be in this strong pose. And we bring our hands out, again, fingertips extended and long, strong, and hold. Sink a little bit deeper, trying to get this leg to be parallel with the ground. Straighten that front leg, and we'll come for a fold. I'll come back down, bring our hand to the ground. If you cannot reach, that's all good. Blocks are putting a block right here for that support, and trying to keep our chest parallel with the wall in front of us instead of dropping our shoulders down. Keeping your hand on your hips so you can reach around. Squeezing those glutes, and of course breathing in and out. We'll twist and rotate to the other side. This is the foot that I broke, so I don't know if I'll be in the same amount of time with the same amount of intensity. Squeezing the glutes, drawing that power together. Going eye to the wasp. Pretty intense. Man, I do not like that. Is that your home, buddy? Can't have that here. Man, I do not like this wasp coming at me like that. I feel like he's challenging me now. I might. Oh, I don't even want to begin this battle with this creature. I got this mosquito. Is it time to call it quits? Where'd you go, buddy? I hear you. I heard you. Fly out of here after fucking charging me. Floating in my face. Oh man, to be scared is such a small creature, but they're intimidating. Oh. Oh boy. I think that's enough yoga for me today. I think it's time to eat some food and call it good. But thanks for joining me for some slow yoga, connecting to our breath, and connecting with our smiles and connecting with our bodies. And soon this space will be transformed and will be less chaotic. But I'm glad I showed you what it looks like in the room, and have a great day. So thank you for your time. Oh. I think I have to cut out an additional, let's see, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I probably have an additional 6 pillars that I need to cut out for this portion of the deck, which is about like 3.5 feet off the ground. And then from there, or shorter, just because they're closer to the ground, which will be nice. And my goal is to finish the next portion of this deck tomorrow. So I'll have a full 16 feet wide and 16 by 4. And then the next portion, which you're seeing here, will continue through. But once I have that area, then I can drag all this garbage and all my stuff from over there and bring it here, and then build the rest of the deck, and then design and build and organize this little space for me to habitat, to be a habitat. But it will be nice to get this tent off the ground because it's so humid here, that having the tent off the ground will help with the humidity and mold and all that nonsense, as well as just there will be additional storage underneath the deck for things that don't need to be in the space all the time. I don't need access to them. And then I'll have my hanging set up for my inversions, which will be really nice. I really do miss that part of my movement practice, like my pull-up bar, my rings, as well as inversions, hanging upside for prolonged periods of time. It's a beautiful practice, and I do want it back in my life. Yeah, so more projects to come. Also looking for work, so if anybody has connections in cybersecurity or AI or something, and improving my skills in that, so I would love some work. It'd be great to have a job again, and continue to fund this bizarre project which I call life. But thanks for hanging out with me, and subscribe, like, follow, whatever, and see what happens on this continued happening. Alrighty. Oh, and my broken toe feels broken. It's all swollen and painful. So, probably for the next couple of weeks it'll be like that. But I love this silhouette. These dark gray pants with that green background, it's just so superb. It's very beautiful from looking at it through the screen. I don't know what it looks like on your guys' end, but I thought it looked excellent. Okay. Alrighty. Oh. Bing, bam, boom. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.